Welcome to Business Mentorship, Keeping It Real, where we feature entrepreneurs and enterprise leaders who participate in our guest blog on shareyourstories.online. Our guest is Maude Leger, who is the founder of Sold Right Away, a marketing company that specializes in helping real estate agents. And we're going to talk today about the importance of peer recognition and community support. And Maude joins us today from Burlington, Ontario. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. That's awesome.
You know, one of the things that services that you offer that I know is really important to your clients is brand identity. And one of the things that you do is you help them take sort of something that's a little different about their personality, and you sort of help them create a brand identity around that. So how have you applied that same concept to yourself and Sold Right Away?
I think for me, a few things comes in mind right now, but I'm just thinking first thing is just being myself, literally promoting what I believe in, having also a growth mindset, thinking about growth all the time, but not just for me, but for my clients, my team, everyone around me, even suppliers we help, freelancers we work with, all of it, just having an overall impact that is positive on everyone.
So, you know, connecting with the community is really important when you have a brand identity, because people need to connect with not only your logo, but you as the founder of the organization. So what's the importance of a support network, or perhaps some trusted advisors that you have within your own network?
Super important. I've been saying for years, like, it's almost lonely to be an entrepreneur.
True.
People don't really get that because they feel like, oh, you have a team, you have clients, you're all over. But it feels like that loneliness is just, you have to make the decisions, you have to set the visions, have the goals. And I even spoke to someone from networking yesterday that just says, yeah, like, it is lonely. Like, sometimes I need support and help. And that's why I feel having a great community network is important. People you can bounce ideas with, being involved in a community, just getting out there to just help. And you have the flexibility as an entrepreneur, believe it or not, like sometimes not, but you have flexibility to be able to donate time, donate everything you can to help. And at the same time, I just feel having, again, a business coach is important, just helping you not being so lonely, making all those decisions and growing.
So how do you make, as a company, as part of your marketing strategy, how do you then decide how you're going to volunteer your time, or how you're going to support different organizations in your community with perhaps donations, or increasing their visibility in some way? How do you come up with making those decisions?
I base all of it on my kind of like vision for myself, my culture, and my company is all about impact. Where can I have a great impact? Where can I positively help and do stuff that I love? So it's very, very important for me to do stuff that I love. So I've been involved with Habitat for Humanity, like it's home, like it's affordable housing. It's still real estate related for me, but just how to showcase it and promote it. Been involved with YWCA, like helping women. Again, same thing with a little bit of housing services, getting out of abuse, and also being involved with the Burlington Chamber of Commerce, because now that's the business aspect of it. Right. So I feel just anything that I'm passionate about, business, housing, impact, and community, and I just jump at it.
Well, you know, I love that one of the things that you've done is that you've also made a commitment to education and became a real estate agent yourself, because I know the importance of sort of walking the walk and talking the talk, right? If you're going to work with clients who are in that business, you want to also be able to connect with them in your community. So how has that helped when you've been working with various different clients?
I think it's just to understand the impact of being on the other side of being a realtor. Like, I've worked with real estate agents for 14 years, helping them grow their business, helping them with their marketing. And now just noticing what is on the other side, things that I may not have known, like technicalities or things like that. It just helps with me being able to support them in growing their own business.
Well, I want to congratulate you because you were recently nominated by the YWCA in a Women of Distinction Award. So congratulations for that. Now, what is that importance of that peer recognition meant? Because obviously someone had to nominate you, you had to have various people in the community support that nomination. So what does that mean to you as an entrepreneur in your community?
That was shocking. I was very surprised, but very humble about it. It was humbling to see that I was nominated.
Right.
And then I thought we had to get 5 letters from people from the community, and my team started reaching out, and I started reaching out, and receiving those letters was almost more rewarding than anything about this award. Like just people to read letters from people in the community, employees, team member, uh, community involvement partners, and even our mayor in Burlington. Like those letters lifted me up so much that I couldn't be so grateful about it. It was humbling. I was grateful. It really impacted me.
So I know that the event was virtual and it happened a few weeks ago. So tell me a little bit about, because everyone's still doing a hybrid, some events will be virtual, some events will be in person. Now, this particular one was virtual. Tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes, because I'm sure, everyone bought tickets. I know there was food delivered, to your home, and you could sit and have dinner and watch the event. But as a nominee, what was the behind the scenes experience like?
It was awesome. Like we had a reveal event that was on Zoom a few weeks prior. We had 2 rehearsal, and I felt for me just being surrounded by women that have accomplished so much. The other women in the categories that were with me or the other categories were inspiring, and then it's just that felt like lifting again, same that feeling of being lifted. And I just feel like YWCA did a phenomenal job with the behind the scenes, like how to do the rehearsal twice, like just making sure everybody was on the same page, and they were very organized. It was very, very well done. I was happy.
Well, now, so I love what you mentioned that, the being in the company of those other women was inspiring. So that sort of takes us, I have to ask the question about mentorship, because I know at different stages in our career, we look to different mentors to help us sort of break barriers, make just strategic decisions for growth, and that sort of supports your growth mindset. So is there a mentor that you could tell us a little bit about? And how did you actually, one of the questions I'm always asked is, how do I find a mentor? Where are they? How do I connect?
Yeah, mentors are literally everywhere. For me, like my first mentor I remember was in high school. It was my photography teacher. I just looked up to him and thought he was fantastic. Then I went to university. Then I had a teacher there that worked at the Radio Canada in Montreal, which is CBC here. And he was just again like taking me to studios and showing me Radio Canada and how they operate, and just that mentorship helped me grow and having a passion for it. Then as soon as I started my business, I got a business coach. I've worked with multiple coach, including you, and love the mentorship. Like it just helps growth. And then I seek mentorship too, also online. I listen to podcasts. I think it's just in me to be that mentality of growth, like I mentioned, but also being coachable. Like that's the one thing I always,
That's really a great word.
yeah, being coachable, being open-minded, not like closing myself up saying I know. Like I never think like that. Even if I hear something again that I've heard before, I listen because I might hear it differently from the state of mind that I am that day, that week, that year. And I just find it helps grow, it helps set your priorities. Having a mentor will inspire you and just be a good mantra for life to just seek mentorship.
Now, has anyone in the community approached you to be a mentor? Because, one of the things that we do when we increase our profile is we put yourself out there. Part of, doing these types of things is being a little bit vulnerable, right? Like we're kind of opening ourselves up to the community. So
Yeah.
has anyone in the community ever asked you to be a mentor?
Yeah, I feel I've been mentoring a lot of my employees throughout the years, definitely. Some more than others that really, again, are coachable or absorbing of what I'm helping them. But clients too. I have a few clients that like really coming to me with questions and ideas, and I really take the time to help them grow their business. So I feel like, yeah, there's a few out there. And then my little niece that is in Montreal, she's now 10 years old and she's had businesses for 2 years and she's
Wow.
really successful, which but I'm teaching her how to do her marketing, how to set her prices, how to organize her schedule. And she's 10. So I can't imagine what she will do when she's grown up.
Isn't that quite amazing that, you've obviously been very inspirational as her aunt to sort of look outside. So give us a quick little snippet. What you said, she's been in business for 2 years. What's the business that she's in at 10 years old? I'm curious.
Yeah, she started doing desserts. So she's very cooking, like hands-on cook. So she started doing desserts and ice cream. So in the summertime, she does ice cream homemade with an ice cream machine, real fruit. She'll use mint and chocolate chips, real cream, and makes the most delicious ice cream in the neighborhood.
Wow.
She sells it to everyone in the neighborhood. And she's funny because she's now saying at school she has friends and she has clients. So
Isn't that great?
this is some of her friends, and sometimes she's like, well, this girl, she's my best client. So this is interesting.
Isn't that fantastic? Well, it must be a real thrill for you to sort of see that budding entrepreneur and know that you've had, an inspiring influence on her and as she starts out in her career. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that we always talk about in business, and you've mentioned it more than once, about having a growth mindset.
Yes.
So is there sort of a tip or, a process or something that you do in your daily routine that really helps you with having a growth mindset?
Yes, definitely. I have my time blocks in my calendar. I have my productivity tips that I put in place, the productivity tips that just help me have clear focus on my goals. So I keep in mind my goals and my 3 priorities and keep asking myself, is this part of what I want to create? Like I remember throughout the years, as soon as I didn't have goals, I would get distracted and start other ideas and other businesses and other ventures. And people would come to me with ideas and I would jump on it because I wasn't as clear on my purpose, my vision, my goals, what I want to accomplish. So I find every day rewriting my goals, rewriting my 3 priorities, the 3 main things I want to work on has been extremely, extremely helpful for that.
Well, I love that you've mentioned you need to have a focus because, how many times have we talked to an entrepreneur and you're absolutely right. They hear another great idea and they're off squirreling after that one, right? Thinking, oh, that sounds really great. I'm going to try that. But having a focus on what it is that you're trying to achieve really helps to make sure that you actually break those barriers and get to that place that you're trying to, those goals and objectives. So what's in the future for you and Sold Right Away? What are you hoping what's the next 3 years? What's your 3-year plan?
We're growing. I'm super excited. Obviously, I'm always very excited. We're growing our coaching platform for realtors. So helping real estate agents, again, grow their business, but really going in depth with that part of the coaching. A lot of marketing ideas. There's this new trend kind of revenue marketing. So how can you align your sales and your revenue together and really having those 2 departments, even if you do both, like having those 2 departments or those 2 mentalities work together. So you really, really get more results out of it. So I'm really excited about that and really still proud that I was nominated with the YWCA award, just thinking, still being under 40, what I accomplished so far, I just can't wait to see what the future will have for me. I don't know, I just constantly want to innovate, constantly want to keep driving towards my goals, and I have lots of ambitions and always thinking of innovating too. Innovation is important. Once you start getting stagnant, then you lose momentum, and that's
true. That's true. Well, I want to congratulate you again for the nomination because you've shared that, you've received this nomination after 14 years in business and you're under 40, which is a huge accomplishment because like you mentioned with your niece, who knows what's in the future for you and your business because, you have many years ahead of you and I'm sure many roads to success. So Congratulations once again on the nomination. And, we'll keep track of you from time to time to see exactly what you're doing and what you're accomplishing in Sold Right Away. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
To you, our viewing and listening audience, I'd like to thank you for joining us for this edition of Keeping It Real, where we introduce you to the person behind the logo. And if you'd like to join us with your business feature, visit our website at shareyourstories.online. I'm Trish Tonai, and I thank you again for joining us. And join us next time when we will introduce you to another great idea. Thank you.